Yeah. Blood on the Snow, Chapter 2. Lendra prepares for the mission. She gathers up some food and some tools, and she puts them in her backpack. As she is fastening the flap, she says something which surprises you. When I saw you for the first time, I thought you were a grown man, but now you seem really young to me. Lendra shoulders her backpack, then she picks up a stiletto dagger and slips it into her belt. There's an old tunnel in the cellar of the house, she says, and it runs all the way to the foundry. My father and I often use it to go there and buy bronin and iron we need for our inventions. You can use it as well, to reach the foundry without having to take your chances out in the open. Or you can come with me and I'll show you where the sheriff's office is. The foundry on your own or the sheriff's office with Lendra. The choice is yours. I think I'll go to the sheriff's office with Lendra just because it simply sounds a little easier. And then I'll find my way to the other. Which is which? Foundry, sheriff's office. I kind of want to hang out with this person. With Lendra. Your crossbow is nearly empty, and when it is, all you have left are your wits and a dagger to use against the Giax. No, I cannot let you risk that alone, you say with a forceful tone. Lendra starts to protest, but you cut her off in the middle of her first sentence. We shall leave together, and that's the end of it. As soon as you show me where the sheriff's office is, we shall split up. I will look for Tarlor. You will go to the boiler house. Is that clear? Perfectly clear, she says, with more than a trace of resentment. You draw your weapon and move to the door. Lendra stays by the window and scours the street for signs of Giax. It looks deserted, she says. Very well, follow me and stay close, you reply. You pull open the front door and pause to make sure that Lendra is with you. She is standing in the doorway, her face frozen. What was the beginning of that word? Ah, yes. Her face frozen, expressionless. Then you hear noises that make your heart skip a beat. Giax are emerging from the shadows of the neighboring houses, and they are fast closing in on all sides. Where's the sheriff's office? You shout, demanding Lendra to tell you before the fight ensues. She points along the main street towards the end of the village at the cliff's edge. On the left, 100 yards or so. This is all she can say before the first of the Giax come running at you with their weapons held readily to strike blows at your head and chest. Run, you shout, and Lendra is suddenly galvanized into action. She sprints away across the street as the Giax surround you and press home their surprise attack. I wasn't quick enough with that. One hit wonder, maybe? Which fucking one is that? Jesus Christ. That was entirely my bad. I was hitting the wrong button like a moron. There's nothing else in the X. Let's bring in the dogs. Oh, I guess I can't bring in the dogs. Damn you. What, you just friggin' throw mud at me? All right, one left. I'm gonna have to Google how to drink my potions. Uh-huh. Good dog. Oh, that should have done him in. You approach the door of the sheriff's office and take note of a painted shield that is fixed to the wall. It bears the distinctive emblem of Rockstarn. 3 crossed sledgehammers on a white cross field. Beneath the slate-roofed porch, the main door is held ajar by a booted foot. It belongs to the body of a dead man lying just inside the entrance. The stripes sewn onto the sleeves of his high-collared jacket tell you that he was the Sheriff Tarler. He had been stabbed fatally in the back by a sharp GX sword. You push open the door and step carefully inside the dead man's office. A search of his pockets reveals nothing. They have already been emptied. You sense that his personal items have been taken by the same GX that took his life. You drag the Tarler's body away from the entrance and push the door shut. The front room of the office is where the sheriff used to deal with daily matters of law and order in Rockstarn. Now those days are sadly gone. The room is dominated by a large desk made of Somlending oak, beautifully engraved with provincial emblems and the personal crest of the Somlending heroes, past and present. In a corner of the room you can see a large wooden chest with iron fittings. At the back of the room, opposite the main door, there is a flight of broad stone steps that lead down to the gaol cells below. This is where prisoners were held before a trial. You stand beside the oak desk and pick one of the several scrolls that are heaped onto the table's green leather surface. You unfurl it and begin to read the contents. It is the death warrant for a man called Merrick Gilad, a thief who had been found guilty of murdering 2 of the sheriff's reeves, his deputies who had chased Gilead and his accomplices to their hideout in the sunken forest. You read that Gilad pleaded innocent when accused of the crime. He claimed that the reeves were murdered, but not by him, but by GX. At the bottom of the scroll there is, written in Sheriff Tarler's hand, the date of Gilead's execution. It was today. I hope I don't have a limited number of lockpicks. Like in Fallout, man, I hated Fallout. We're running out. Huh. Easy peasy. He managed to open the chest. It seems that the sheriff had made provisions to withstand an attack by sheltering inside his office. However, when he was compelled to organize resistance to the attack, he left the office with fatal consequences. Clearly, the supplies will be of no use to him any longer. You don't have enough space in your inventory. How do I check my damn inventory anyway? Increases intelligence. Nah. I'll take that one. Oh, really? Okay. I don't know. Do I? Right. So you descend the steps and arrive at the guard room. Rough hewn from the granite bedrock, it is lit by an oily torch that radiates dull amber light. It is sparsely furnished with a table, 2 chairs, and a food cupboard. There are 2 cells adjoining the guard room. One of them is empty, but the other is occupied by a tall man with a long beard and strong, callous hands. His name has been chalked on the board fixed to the door of his cell. It's Merok Gilad. Gilad has gone without food and water since the morning of the Giak attack. He has heard the screams and the sounds of crackling fire in the night. He is anxious to escape from the cell before the Giaks find him or he dies of thirst. Unlock the door, he demands. Release me from the cell. I want nothing to do with this village and its fine, upright, law-abiding inhabitants. And I certainly do not want anything to do with those Giaks. And what if I were to open the cell door and set you free? What would you do? Where would you go? The Giaks are everywhere. You would be better off staying where you are. I'd go back to the Sunken Forest. That's my home. Mine and my brother's. I've had more than enough of Rockstarn. You reply, your voice tinged with regret. The Giaks launched their attack up on Rockstarn from the Sunken Forest. That Timberland is rifled with them. I pity the plight of your kinfolk, but I fear it is too late for you to warn or save them now. You turn away from the cell door, and Giad shouts out, "The key is over there! Unlock this damn door!" He points toward the iron fitting that fixes the torch to the wall. It's hanging from the torch bracket. Oh. Destiny choice will deeply influence how the story will evolve, so remember to choose wisely. It's a tough call, but your mind is clear enough to decide. Before making any decisions, you try to gather more information. Ugh. Prisoner's shout pricks your conscience. If you leave him locked in a cell, it will only be a matter of time before the Giaks find him or he dies of thirst. If you release him, you'll at least have a chance to survive. It may be a slim chance, but it's better than no chance at all. Make your choice. You decide to uphold the law as served as it may be. In this case, leaving Merok here means the Giak will surely get him if you open... So you'll, whatever, I'll let him out. You walk over to the torch hook and the key... and unhook the key from its black iron bracket. Gilad looks relieved that you have decided to set him free. You twist the key in the lock and the heavy door creaks open. Gilad rushes forward and shakes your hand in gratitude, but with such forceful enthusiasm that you have to push him away for fear he may break your wrist. He reaches into his pocket of a jacket, and for a moment you suspect he may have concealed weapon, but quickly you sense that he harbors no ill intent. He simply wants to give you a token of his gratitude. It is a plain wooden ring carved from Summerlending oak. It's the mark of my brotherhood. It's not much, but it's all I have. You accept the ring from his calloused palm and step aside to let him leave the stingy cell. Gilad rushes through the open door and scrambles up the stone stairs. You bid him good luck, and he disappears into the room above. Right, but I don't even know how to use my belt slots. What's that one? Restores 1250 vitality. Restores 650 Kai power. Restores 650 endurance. There's my inventory. To equip items or move them to your bags, just keep the confirm button pressed and release it over a highlighted spot. The inventory lets you change your equipment and arrange the items you will access from your belt in combat. Ah, shit, I didn't mean to do that. I guess it wasn't a bad idea. What's this? Huh. We'll try it. Ooh, that's way stronger though. Where's the ring I just got from Dude? Yeah, we'll check that out later on. You return to the street, saddened by the death of Sheriff Tarlar, and disappointed that you have not found the control handle. You fear the Giads now possess the missing part. As you move along the street, you're lost in your thoughts of how difficult it would be to find the control handle. It could be anywhere in this village. Distracted, you fail to see a gang of Giaks approaching from a nearby alleyway. Here we go again. Nasty little bastards. Ekdok! Get him, they cry. They come rushing towards you with their weapons drawn. come on, fuckers. Boom. Oh, that should have done him in. Missed my cue. Done. One more time? No. Wolfenstein. Come on, little buddy. Got him. Okay. I'll take those. I'll take that. What's this? Sure. Can I use it though? Alright, does that mean I get more room in my inventory? Okay. You have dispatched these Giaks, but the threat of attack and capture is as strong as ever. You can hear over the other Giaks approaching this part of the village, drawn by the noise of your combat. You look around for some place to hide, and your eye is caught by a small building with a bright red door and a sloping slate roof. I think a little meditation's in order. That was it? What is happening? Are they interrupting my meditation? Is that what's going on here? Come on! Yeah. Hack. Slash. Oh, why can't I use any of that stuff? Come on. Okay. Oh, he's got moves. Missed my chance on that one. Never perform a precision directional action event correctly. Wait for the arrows to overlap, then perform the suggested movement. Yeah, I know. I tried. Whew. Lame. Can I finish meditating now, please? I don't like that I can't get into my inventory when I'm fighting. I don't understand how it works. However, I do want to fix myself up a little bit. What else do I got in here that can fix me up? Good. Onward. I'll take it all. Okay. Let's go. Tell me a story. Yes. The red door is closed, but it's not locked. You enter and quickly shut the door behind you. It is a simple village doctor's office, and it appears not to have been searched or despoiled like so many other buildings in this part of the Rockstarn. At the rear of the office, partitioned by a drawn white curtain, you find the surgery where a man is lying on the stretcher. His legs are wrapped with blood-soaked bandages. He is barely conscious. Sweat glistens on his pale face. He sees you, and falteringly he tries to talk. You tell the man to rest. He has lost a lot of blood, and his strength is waning, but he is determined to speak. He knows they may well be the last words he ever utters. My name is Grove. I am a Rockstarn miner. My legs were crushed by a runaway mine wagon. They brought me here. They bandaged me, and that's when the Giaks attacked. Dr. Paxnar left to get help. I cannot walk, and he could not carry me, so here I am. You ask the man if he knows where the doctor went. He said he was going to Bronin warehouse. There were some people there who would help. He promised he would come back for me, but I have not seen him since. I fear the Giaks must have gotten him. You hide Grove from the Giaks. It seems the most urgent thing to do. You try to help Grove using the medications and the surgery. You count on your Kai healing skills to ease Grove's suffering. Grove's bandages are saturated with blood, and you can detect the faint and sickly smell of gangrene. I think it's supposed to smell like almonds or something. Carefully, you unwind the sodden bandages and cast them aside. Both calf bones have been shattered, and the flesh is torn open. You place your hands on his ruined legs and draw deeply from the well of your Kai healing powers to help mend the poor man and ease his agony. Your Kai healing skills destroy the gangrene and mend the broken bones. The flesh is still raw and tender, but he will walk again one day. You are truly a gifted healer, my lord, says Grove, much revived now that he is free of this terrible pain he has endured for days. I must give you something for saving my legs and my life. You tell him that no gift or payment is necessary. You are his liege lord, and your duty is to help and heal your villagers wherever you are able. But Grove insists, and you feel it is best not to hurt his feelings after all he has been through. You decide to accept his gratitude before you bid him farewell and return to the Red Door. You must complete your mission, and you are sorely aware that the time is running out. Hey, if I can figure out how to use the damn things, that'd be cool. You leave the doctor's surgery and continue along the street, but you have taken fewer than a dozen steps before you're confronted by a new threat. A solitary Giak is approaching the main street from a passageway next to the surgery. Its hateful eyes dart everywhere, searching out something to steal or someone to kill. The sharp-eyed Giak may have seen you leaving. It could tempt it to find out what lies beyond the Red Door. You cannot risk Grove's survival by allowing this watchful Giak to live a minute longer. That's right. Rawr yourself. Pow. Oh, he's getting back up. He's a tough guy. That ought to do it. Now where to? You hurry away and continue along the street, keeping to the shadows whenever you can. A sign on the wall indicates the direction of the Bronin warehouse. Helped by the sign, you look along the streets and see the warehouse in the middle of the distance. It is one of the largest two-story buildings in Rockstar, and it's easy to find. Now that you know precisely where it is. Let's try a little Oh, come on. Up, back. There we go. Try meditating again. Hopefully I don't have to fight them during meditation. Ah, damn you. I should have just gone. Ow. I guess that's the best I can do. Ah, punk. Hopefully that was it. Jeez, drained everything on me. I should have just gone. know, you're not tricking me with that meditation thing again. "20 crows are sitting in a line upon the apex of its gray slate roof. Their black eyes watch you intently as you draw closer. The great double doors at the front of the warehouse are shut, and all the building's windows have been smashed. There are heaps of splintered timbers, broken crates, overturned handcarts used for transporting Bronin in ingots, and a myriad of other debris scattered around its entrance. The evidence of Giak devastation is plain to see. You stop for a few moments, using the cover of the shadow of a shadowy doorway to view the warehouse and to decide the best way to try and enter the building. Oh, lots of choices. Thanks to your animal kinship skills, you're able to ask the crows on the rooftop for help. I think I will do that. You stop to return the morbid stares of the crows. These canny and patient birds learnt centuries ago to identify and follow raiding parties such as the Giaks have attacked Rockstarn. They would wait for their grisly work to end and then take their chance to feast upon the fallen at their leisure. However, their appetite is rarely sated, and gratitude is a sentiment that is simply not in their nature. As repugnant as they may be, you know that they can be useful allies. You can direct them to attack the Giaks that provided such a gruesome banquet. You identify the leader of the murder of crows. Drawing upon your Kai power of animal kinship, you plant a suggestion in its feral mind. The crow blinks twice, in a sign that it will be obedient to your commands. You will the crow leader to take to the air, and it responds immediately. Leaves its perch atop the warehouse roof, and the rest of the flock follows swiftly in its wake. They circle the roof, cawing plaintively upon your mental command. They dive down in single file and enter the warehouse through a ragged hole in the gray slate tiles. For a few seconds there is an eerie silence. Then the screaming begins. The crows launch a surprise attack on the Giaks inside the warehouse, swooping down on them to gouge out their eyes and slash their faces with their curved beaks and razor-sharp talons. You seize the chance to enter the building while the Giaks are distracted. You climb through an open window and witness the bloody aftermath of the attack. When the wounded Giaks see you standing in their midst, they raise their weapons and close in on you from all sides. Well, if they're gonna get me anyway, I should have just fucking gone in the building. Excuse my language. There's an imposing Drakkar among them, and it is he who gives the ruthless order to kill you. Does this mean a new monster? Yeah, nothing. Ow. Hooray! I've got room, yeah, I'll take it all. It has been a grueling combat, yet you are less revolted and exhausted by the outcome than you would have been before. You stand astride the body of the Drakkar who led this slain platoon. Beside him is an object that you saw him drop when you struck your killing blow. It's the control handle. You have found the missing part. You have delivered summary justice to the creature that murdered Sheriff Tarlor. You place the control handle in your backpack, and then you search the spacious building, wary of Giax that may have taken refuge from the fight and could still be hiding in the shadows. You find no enemies left alive, but you do discover a bolted trap door set into the warehouse floor. It has an iron grill. You peer through the grill to see two villagers huddled together in a workshop below. Quickly you pull open the drawbell and lift the trap door. Come out, you tell them. The Giax will not harm you now. The first to climb out is a young man in a leather work apron, followed by a teenage girl. They are villagers, and they count themselves lucky to be alive. They are grateful to you for releasing them, but there is disappointment in their eyes. They fear that you alone will not rid them of the scores of Giax that now occupy their beloved village. You tell them that you are their liege lord, Lone Wolf. You tell them why you are here, and give them a brief account of what you have seen and done since you arrived in Rockstrom. They listen intently to your voice, transfixed by the shocking truth of what you tell them. Lender is waiting for you. You decide to leave. You decide to stay for a while in order to reassure the villagers. I'm gonna go. As silence descends on the young villagers, they are consumed by their tragic news. You feel a deep sympathy for their pain and their plight. You know how it feels to lose kinfolk you have loved and respected. Mindful that Lendra should have reached the boiler house by now, and that she could be in mortal danger, you tell the refugees that the time has come for you to leave. Feel the weight of duty and responsibility falling heavy upon your shoulders. These young and vulnerable villagers, you are their only hope of salvation. I give you my word as Khal Lord and as the Friar Earl of your province. I'll rid your village of these accursed Giax. Darter raises his head and says, Sire, is there anything we can do to aid you? Yes, you reply, impressed and heartened by Darter's unexpected offer to help. There is an injured miner at the doctor's surgery. His name is Grove. Go there and collect him, but be careful how you carry him on his stretcher, for his legs have been badly damaged. Bring him back here and await my return. I shall not abandon you. Daughter nods assertively in response. You can count on us, my lord, and if you need to restock your supplies while you are here in the village, please come back to us. We can put this warehouse to good use once again, aid you in your fight. Although you could requisition what you need from your subjects by order, you are mindful that they have suffered greatly. Therefore you accept Darter's proposal, and you insist that you will pay for any supplies that you may purchase. Can I meditate safely now? Yeah. And what is this? It's not telling me. It's all jewelry. Do I even have a crossbow? No idea what that does, but I want one. Okay. You can rest here without exposing yourself to lurking enemies. For a small fee, you will regenerate your body and spirit. Let's do it. It's okay, I can meditate anyway. Oh, maybe not, bastards. Yep. You leave the Bronin warehouse by one of its shattered windows. Your muscles ache from the excursions of combat, yet your thoughts are sharper and your determination is more resolute than ever before. It is early afternoon. With caution in your every step, you follow the street until you catch your first sight of the foundry. This is where Lerna hurriedly disposed of the drive chain while being pursued by Giax. You recall her saying that the foul creatures may still occupy this building. As you approach its closed doors, you catch a glimpse of movement. A Giac appears at the ground floor window, its head and shoulders framed by the pane of cracked glass. For a few moments it peers into the street, and then it moves away, out of your direct view. Lerndra was correct. The foundry, like most of Rockstarn, is under enemy occupation. You must gain entry to the foundry and retrieve the drive chain. It will not be an easy task to achieve, with Giax roaming freely inside. Fuck that. I'll launch my way through. Uh-oh. The foundry doors are blackened with the soot from the recent fire. You detect that a group of Giax are gathered close to the large window located to the left of the foundry doors. One of them comes and stands in the window, its body silhouetted by the light inside the building. You watch the loathsome creature, and a bold idea springs to mind, an idea which you act upon immediately with no hint of caution. You raise the hood of your cloak and pull its warm material close around your upper body. You trust that it will offer some protection in the moments ahead. Then you rush towards the window with your head lowered. You ram the glass with your shoulder and put all your strength behind it. The pane shatters into 100 shards of razor-sharp glass as you crash through it and collide with the Giac, knocking it clean off its feet. Slivers of broken glass have driven deeply into the Giac's face and eyes, leaving it blinded and bloodied. It shrieks in agony as it tumbles and rolls across the dusty floor, clutching desperately at its ruined face. Your thick cloak has spared you from suffering the similar fate. You scramble to your feet and unwrap yourself, shaking loose the fragments of broken glass that have become embedded in the resilient fabric. The injured Giac howls incessantly with pain, and its pitiful cries are answered by angry growls of its many comrades. Swiftly, you unsheath your weapon and prepare to fight them to the death. No. I'll behave. I'm calling the puppy dog. Okay, so apparently, well, he's good. So there's nothing I can do. The Gieks have thoroughly ransacked the foundry, but amongst the overturned workbenches and scattered debris, you find what you came looking for. Sitting atop a crumpled pile of heavy iron chains, there is one that stands out from the rest. It's smaller, well-oiled, and it's been wielded to form a continuous loop. With a sigh of relief, you pick up the drive chain and put it in your backpack. Unfortunately, your discovery has not gone unobserved. The foundry's large double doors swing open, and in rush a Drakkar and several armed, snarling Gieks. They were drawn here by the noise of your previous combat, and the Drakkar has been watching you through the cracks in the foundry wall. He's an imposing armored warrior, human in aspect, but decidedly inhuman in behavior. Now is the moment he has decided to launch his surprise attack. Crossbow bolts, but I don't have a damn crossbow. Hate this guy. Bastard. I'd like to know how to use one of those damn potions in battle. There's only so many frickin' buttons on here. Dead. Got me. That sounds like a good time to stop. Your adventure ends here. Well, not really.